Oh, we have a King of the Ring crowned. We have a Queen of the Ring crowned. And oh, yeah, Sami Zayn is the WWE champion. This is the Night of Champions recap on WWE Now and WWE and Fanatics original production. Sometimes you have to shout, Megan. You have to shout so the whole world can hear. Sometimes you have to shout so that you can hear yourself in your ears, just so you can feel what it feels like to say these things that maybe in your darkest days you thought you'd never be able to say. For instance, Sami Zayn is the WWE champion in a blink and you missed it moment.
Yes, the last real good guy.
Yes.
The number one underdog, Sami Zayn, now the undisputed WWE champion. And WWE's in chaos.
Would you say it's in chaos? I don't think it's in chaos.
I think it's in chaos.
Well, how is it in chaos?
Because Sami Zayn is the undisputed WWE champion. I did not see that coming.
Okay, well, chaos, you may not have seen it coming, but Sami Zayn went into Night of Champions and he pinned the WWE champion Cody Rhodes shoulders to the mat. 1, 2, 3. And maybe the ideas of normalcy have devolved into chaos. Maybe because Cody Rhodes on SmackDown, 2 weeks ago, held up the WWE championship and looked at Sami Zayn in the eyes and said, here's the thing. As long as I have this, you never will. And Cody Rhodes was wrong. Because tonight, Sami Zayn pinned Cody Rhodes and became the WWE champion. And a lot can be made about the story that's being told right now, but you have to go back and we heard Sami Zayn right after the match talking about it, and we heard Sami Zayn shouting into the camera after winning the match about how long this has been, and the fact that this has been an over 10-year journey just within the WWE, and then another decade outside of the WWE, with people looking at him in the face and saying, you're never going to be WWE champion, with fans going to shows and saying, no matter whether I like that guy or not, that guy's never going to be WWE champion. In February of 2023, walking out of an arena in Montreal going, well, that was the moment. If it wasn't going to happen there, it's not going to happen. And he kept going to the point where even at the beginning of this, maybe tail end of last year, very beginning of this year, when he told that story about his son
sitting at Saturday Night's Main Event, watching John Cena's last match, asking his father, how many world championships have you won, Dad?
John Cena got 17. How many did you get? And Sami Zayn said 0. And Sami Zayn said, this is the year that I'm going to get one. This is the year that I'm going to get the WWE championship. And you know what we all said?
Okay, Sami.
No.
Okay.
This is what we all said.
We'll see.
You said that last year. That's what I said. You said that last year.
I said, okay, Sami, and sort of rolled my eyes and thought, that ain't gonna happen.
And it did. And here we are with Sami Zayn, and it really was, and you could see it on his face. It was almost like that bell rang, and the ring announcer was making his announcement, and Dan Engler was handing Sami Zayn the WWE championship, and it was almost like in that moment, Sami Zayn was looking at the referee going, are you sure? Is this real? And he started pitching himself.
It happened so fast. I think all of us felt that.
Yes. Listen, Sami Zayn has been talking about his ride or dies for some time now. And we had an arena full of Sami Zayn ride or dies.
We did.
In Riyadh tonight to watch this and to celebrate with Sami Zayn. Listen, there are just as many Cody Rhodes fans as there are Sami Zayn fans in that building.
Without question.
Cody Rhodes got that same level of reaction. But the love for Sami Zayn in that building combined with the, oh my God, are we going to get a moment that we just didn't see coming? I think is what gave us this incredible ending to an insane show. And Sami Zayn gets to answer the "you deserve it" chants by saying, yeah, I do deserve it. Yeah, I have worked for this. Yes, I'm the WWE champion. And I love what Sami Zayn said right after the match, because I think that it's the right attitude to have, that tomorrow doesn't matter. Because of what happened right now can never be taken away. He could lose the title tomorrow, but it won't mean that you're taking away the fact that he had it.
He's once a world champion, always a world
That's
champion.
right.
He now joins that club. He can now look at his son in the face and said, your dad's got one.
Right. And here it is. Want to touch it? And it's like, touch it. It's right there.
And I have to be honest, I was one of the people that when Sami Zayn said, this is the year I'm going to do it, I said, yeah, okay, Sami, we'll see about that.
What else?
And heading into tonight's match, not only did 2 weeks ago Cody Rhodes say, as long as I'm holding this title, you never will, but less than 24 hours ago on SmackDown, Gunther referred to Sami as a non-factor.
A non-factor. Cody called him a mosquito. Cody said, I just want to slap him away. And by the way, I mean, look back in time. Cody's the one who went to Nick Aldis and said, I got to beat them both. I need a triple threat match. This was all his doing. And you can say, well, triple threat, champions advantage this. Cody's the one who got pinned.
Cody got pinned.
And Cody, sitting there in the ring, had a look on his face. I could only compare it to WrestleMania 39.
Wow.
It's the look on his face when he realizes that he didn't get it done. But if you look at it, it's that same sitting position. Realize there's nothing he can do about it. But there's an anger more than a disappointment. And you wonder if he's angry that it happened, if he's angry at Sami Zayn, or if he's angry at himself for getting lumped into this whole thing and allowing this tornado to spin and spin and spin until it spits him out without the championship.
I imagine that last part, an anger with himself, has to be a factor.
Right?
Has to be a factor, because you're right. Cody walked into this triple threat match. He's the one who demanded this triple threat match. He could have just remained the undisputed WWE champion, having beaten Gunther twice. And yes, I know the referee. Yes, I know Sami Zayn got involved in the quick count. But a win's a win.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I don't think there's any way Cody was walking out of that not having to face Gunther again, but he certainly didn't have to face Sami Zayn.
No, he didn't.
And he wanted to. But, I mean, maybe his emotions got the best of him. I don't know, because I'm very curious to see where Gunther lands on all this, because Gunther has had his kind of moment stolen from him now by Sami Zayn twice.
Yes.
Sami Zayn being in this match completely altered the trajectory that Gunther would have had. And look, there were moments in this match where you can say, well, I'll bet if Cody had the opportunity to pin Gunther, he would have gotten him. There was that one moment where Sami Zayn pulled the referee out of the ring.
Yes.
Maybe Cody would have won the match there. Maybe. That's a triple threat. There was also a moment where Cody was in that sleeper. And I think a lot of us, myself included, for a moment, thought it was over, that Gunther was taking this. And Sami Zayn catching Cody's arm, not allowing it to hit the mat, which is, I mean, talk about a technicality on getting out of a sleeper hold, but it is what it is.
It's crazy that Sami saves Cody and then pins Cody.
I mean, listen, I don't think Sami saved Cody. I think Sami saved himself. And by stopping Cody's arm from touching the mat, he was saving himself. Because if Cody's arm hits that mat, Sami Zayn loses too. I don't think there was any part of Sami Zayn going, oh, gee, Cody's about to lose. I better stop that, other than saying that for pure...
I'm not about to win.
Self-interest. That's right.
I better figure this out.
That's right. But you got to believe that Gunther's looking at this moment right here, going, I can't believe he did it again. I can't believe Sami ruined another one for me.
It's a thing. Not long ago, Gunther's the one who selected Sami to be the special guest referee.
That's right. I mean, Gunther's usually a chess player above all other chess players. But in this one, and you know why? And Cody's the same way. Both of them clearly underestimated Sami Zayn.
The story of Sami Zayn.
And they did it to a detrimental level. Both of them, using different language, considered him a non-factor.
Mm-hmm.
And he shows up now, and especially, and I think more when fans started to boo Sami Zayn, and when the fans started to kind of get tired of his like whining and complaining and beating up water bottles. And by the way, it was basically a fatal four-way because Sami Zayn beat up another water bottle tonight at Night of Champions.
Yeah, I saw that one on the announce desk.
Oh yeah, that water bottle wasn't going to get that.
No.
But I think that they did. I think that they did. They said, okay, well, we can have this accessory here. While Cody and Gunther have this match, they'll beat up Sami Zayn on the side, not realizing that something lit a fire in Sami Zayn. Can you imagine? You know, because you go back to like Hulk Hogan beating the Iron Sheik at Madison Square Garden, and Andre the Giant showing up in the dressing room and dumping a bottle of champagne over the new champion's head. Can you imagine the party that Sami Zayn and Johnny Gargano are going to have to celebrate this? and Candice LeRae just standing there.
No one's acknowledging Candice LeRae.
Do you think that Sami Zayn ends up with more friends now that he's champion? Are people going to, I mean, people kind of have no alternative but to take Sami Zayn seriously now.
They have to. He's the undisputed WWE champion. They have to take him seriously. Does that mean they'll be friends with him? I don't know about that.
Right.
But take him seriously 100%. He's the champion. He pinned Cody Rhodes.
And Cody is one of those forever
How
champion
often does
guys.
Cody get pinned?
That's my point, right?
Never.
It rarely happens. You know, Cody, I mean, he got Brock Lesnar has beaten Cody.
Drew McIntyre has beaten Cody.
Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. There might be one other, but that's to my mind's recollection. That's the only, and on all of those people, Cody was able to get his win back.
Yes.
But Sami did it again.
And you know, as these three superstars were making their entrance tonight at Night of Champions, you see Sami enter first, then Gunther, then Cody. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, there's so much riding on this match. 5 weeks away from SummerSlam, the story that Sami Zayn has been telling us with Cody Rhodes, Gunther's involvement. You look at these three superstars, and I said, this might be a match of the year contender.
Not just because of the wrestlers, but because of how much story is going on here.
Correct.
And I feel like it happened under our noses, too.
Yes.
We didn't
because it
realize.
happened rather quickly, right?
Yes. And it happened without it being totally clear who the players were.
Yes. Like all of a sudden, Sami Zayn, the last real good guy, a couple weeks ago, I go, he could do this.
Right. It doesn't seem like that long ago that we were sitting there going like, why does Sami keep showing up and hitting water bottles?
Yes.
And you're like, okay, and then step. And all of a sudden dust clears and this thing's in front of us and you go, oh, it was right there the whole time.
Yeah.
And you feel this level of excitement for it. Who would have thought the two champions in the WWE right now are Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn? It just occurred to me.
The
That's why I'm
OTC
smiling
and the
right now.
honorary OC.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You want to tell me about the significance of the Bloodline story? That's who the two champions are right now. I mean, what a night. And I'm going to tell you this, too. We're going to see Friday on SmackDown, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Unless Sami shows up to Raw, but maybe he will. I don't know.
Maybe he will. I mean, Oba's the king of the ring, so you never know.
Yeah. The next time we see Sami Zayn, you know what we're going to realize? I believe. This is my prediction. I don't think any of these buildings are going to boo that guy anymore.
I don't think so either.
Those days are done.
I think so too.
Those days are over. It's one of those things, and I've talked about this before, where you attribute a reaction to a certain crowd, and that happens. Sometimes it's negative, right? Somebody gets booed in like Chicago, Philadelphia, New York, those quote-unquote tough crowds. But you see it on television, and there's something contagious about it. So then when you go to some of these other cities, oh, we boo now. This is what we do. I think Sami Zayn coming out with Ride or Die written on his knee pads. And I'm sitting there going, man, I do remember when I had the what was it, like the In Zayn t-shirt from his NXT run. Like I do remember when he showed up on Monday Night Raw to answer the John Cena Open Challenge. You know, I do remember showing up to WrestleMania 38 and thinking Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. What's
But it
that
was
gonna be?
amazing.
And it turns into one of the matches of the
Amazing.
night.
Remember when he was fighting all the conspiracies within WWE?
Of course.
Making the documentary that we never got to see, by the way.
Where we're still waiting upon it. You know, all these Sami Zayn moments, I think they all come flooding back, and the contagious nature with which we cheered on Sami Zayn so many times. I think that instead of sort of zooming in on what's going on right now, this forced us almost to zoom out on Sami Zayn, the WWE superstar, and honestly, the guy that was never supposed to do it. Sami Zayn came into WWE at a time when the Sami Zayns of the world, the people that had made their names on the independents, were not WWE guys, right? Because it was Sami Zayn was that first one, and then Kevin Owens was after that, and Finn Balor was after that, and you started to see that evaporated. That concept evaporated, but it was strong when Sami Zayn first showed up. And the idea that he just kept fighting and just kept fighting and just kept fighting, I think it's impossible to boo, and at least in the short term, I think the boos will cease and be replaced by absolute adulation.
I'm interested to see, because I found myself struggling to boo for this reaction.
You can't.
Because you think of everything you've seen Sami do, and you point out WrestleMania 38. We all think about the night in Montreal. And I think that was a night that everybody, even the biggest bloodline D1 glazers like yourself, Sam Roberts, you even would have been okay if Sami Zayn walked out of Montreal with that title. But tonight
I mean,
it
don't
felt
put that
like,
on me right now.
all right, I won't put it. Well,
Just don't spread those types of rumors right now. That's not what this is about.
you felt it though.
That's not what this is about.
You felt
We're not
it,
talking
though.
about it though.
But tonight
That's old stuff.
it felt like a moment that we had all been waiting for a very, very long time.
I mean, it's amazing. It was amazing, and also a happening, for lack of a better term, right?
It finally happened.
Yes. I mean, you know, the idea that, like, I think that was a big conversation. Oh, it'd be cool if the title did change, but I don't think that it will. I mean, Cody's the champion. Cody is not the guy who is the champion. Cody's the champion.
He's QB1,
He's associated with that title.
face of the company.
Before we get into what's next, we got to talk about the King of the Ring, but both the King and the Queen of the Ring are all over Fanatics and WWE shop right now, thanks to those winners' tees. Of course, Io Sky won the Queen of the Ring tournament. You can celebrate her victory with her new shirt, available now at WWE shop and Fanatics. You see that picture of Triple H
My favorite.
doing the EO points?
It's the best.
I mean, you talk about contagious. And then, of course, Oba Femi is the King of the Ring. You could celebrate his victory with his new shirt that is available now on WWE shop and Fanatics. Beautiful shirts. And we have to discuss Oba Femi because this is a match, and you and I discussed it. You know, I put up a video of you and I breaking it down on Sirius.
Yeah.
About the possibilities of what could happen in this match and the context around those possibilities. But now that we know, because these two matches in my mind were attached, the fact that there were so many different ways the triple threat could go and so many different ways the King of the Ring could go, that's why I actually thought the ending of SmackDown on Friday was so good, because you had these 5 guys. And it was, I mean, I think Michael Cole brought up Something's Gotta Give with Trick Williams and Ricky Saints.
Yes,
but,
he did.
like, you want to talk about Something's Gotta Give. These 5 guys, and you're like, somewhere within this mix is a SummerSlam championship match. And I don't exactly know what it is, but there's, I mean, between the 5 of them, there's probably 20 different matches.
It was crazy because all week leading up to this, I was like, okay, if Oba wins, he's going after Roman, and that's, you know, the way I would like to see Oba use the King of the Ring title opportunity on Roman Reigns. But then last night on SmackDown, when I see Cody in the ring, I go, oh, wait, Saturday night's main event. Oh, Oba and Cody would be pretty good. And then tonight, Sammy wins the title, and I go, forget about that. There are so many different ways this could all play out.
Well, I thought the same thing as you. When I saw Oba versus Cody, I was like, oh, there's your match.
Yeah, I said,
Like,
oh, that
just-
would be kind of good.
and Cody
I would
has-
love that.
Cody has that ability. Like, Cody, I think Roman has it too, but Cody has that ability where it's like, he's such a star at this point, and he's so sort of, I mean, the QB1 thing is not a nickname, it's an essence almost. And like the idea that like he stares down against somebody and you're like, ooh, that's interesting. That's, I don't want to say industry shifting, but that's something that could make a difference.
Well, and it was kind of ironic because a couple days earlier on Monday Night Raw, when Oba stood in the ring and asked the crowd, would you like me to go after the undisputed WWE Championship? And there was a small reaction. But then when he said, do you want me to go after the World Heavyweight Championship?
Larger
there was
reaction.
a larger reaction. And then fast forward to SmackDown, immediately as Cody is in the ring with Oba, we are all thinking the same thing. Oh,
Sometimes you got to see it.
yeah.
But then it doesn't matter because
Nope.
Cody lost the
That's
title.
right. Doesn't matter.
Right? Cody lost the title entirely. And you're thinking too, well, if Jay wins and then Sammy wins, then you could go with Jay and Sammy.
Which would be great.
But Jay lost.
I know.
So you're left with Oba Femi, who is the king of the ring, and there's no sort of, everybody was like, there's this interference, there's that way this could go, there's this way it could go. And it's just a matter of Oba doing what he did the entire tournament. And Jey Uso put up a fight, but eventually this guy is tossing Jey Uso like a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a fall from grace, and 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's the way the match goes. That's the way Oba matches go.
I did like how Jay was using similar tactics that he used at WrestleMania to defeat Gunther in this match. You don't often see Jay go for a sleeper. He went for it.
If I can wear him down, if I can keep on the ground, what difference does it make how big he is if he's on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
It makes no difference. But I think Oba kicking out of that Uso splash twice was a big sort of like, okay, it's going to take a little more. Okay, it's going to take a little more. And, I think we did get those moments that we talked about on the preview show on WWE Now, which is the intros where you had the whole crowd yeeting with Jay.
Through the crowd. Didn't enter down the ramp.
No,
Entered
through the crowd.
Through the crowd.
Hit him with a run it back that they requested. But then once the run it back was over and they were like, okay, that was fun, they started going, Oba. And you knew, right. I want to see them both. And so you got to see that sort of a massive kind of connection with the audience. But Oba wins, makes it clear. Nick Aldis, first of all, what was up with Nick Aldis in that red jacket presenting Io and Oba with the king and the queen of the ring? If I'm Adam Pearce, I'm furious at this.
You're always going after Adam Pearce.
But that's because he let the other GM, those are his superstars. Those are Adam Pearce's superstars. Those are Raw superstars. The SmackDown general manager going, congratulations, Oba. That's Adam Pearce's spot.
Maybe he had a day off.
Oh, take it, right? This is when you're going to take it?
I don't know.
I mean, imagine Nick Aldis trying to wheel and deal. He already got Finn Balor over to SmackDown. Imagine he's sitting there going like, I did give you the King of the Ring crown just now. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing you did. You could probably get even a little more if you come over to SmackDown.
Do you think Adam Pearce's seat's getting a little hot?
I think it is, and I think it should be.
Wow.
I mean, Oba has not made it clear who he's going for.
That's true.
We know who Io is, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But, I mean,
Are you nervous about this?
if Nick Aldis politics, and he will politic, for Oba to go after the WWE champion, all of a sudden SmackDown has drafted an agent that is not free. He's a Raw superstar. But SmackDown has this coup on its hands. I just think it's something that Adam Pearce should keep an eye on. But it does, Oba telling the world you can't beat destiny, is this idea of Oba not being on Destiny's side, but Oba being Destiny incarnate. You know what I mean? Where it's like Destiny has a plan for all of us. That's what it looks like.
And that's a terrifying sight if you're anybody except Oba Femi.
If something is destined, don't fight it because it's going to happen. And that's at this point how Oba sees himself. And honestly, like, who's to argue with that point?
Based on what we've seen, I mean, Brock Lesnar would probably be the only one.
Okay, well, Oba beat him at WrestleMania. So you could, I mean, why? Because he beat him more recently?
Sure.
Oba's beaten Brock Lesnar. Let's not forget that.
And let's remember how Oba responded to the defeat.
How you mean how Oba did after?
Yes.
Yeah. He won the King of the Ring.
Demolished everyone in that fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
Made his way all the way through the tournament.
He went through 5 guys.
And then pins Jey Uso at Night of Champions.
And even more impressive, he beat Dominic Mysterio, which not many people could say they have.
Yeah, that's a good point. I definitely overlooked
Thank
that
you.
one.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing it to my attention.
I mean, does it at all make you go, okay, we're all excited about this Sami Zayn victory?
Mm-hmm.
But if Obafemi beats Sami Zayn, if Obafemi chooses Sami Zayn, that was Freudian. If Obafemi chooses Sami Zayn to face at SummerSlam, does Sami Zayn have a prayer of this title run lasting more than 5 weeks?
No.
You know what I mean?
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. And honestly, I go, oh, that's a little, that feels like it takes the wind out of the sails.
At least he got his 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, sure, it's a moment that we talked about before that no one can take away from him. And it doesn't matter what happens tomorrow because Sami Zayn got his world championship in WWE. But if Oba's just to beat him in 5 weeks.
Well, if you're Obafemi, I think you want to have a year like this. Listen, in 2002, a gentleman won the King of the Ring tournament.
Was that gentleman?
Well, and then that gentleman, you know what he did with his crown? He went to SummerSlam and he won the Undisputed Championship. That gentleman's name was Brock Lesnar. However, interestingly enough, that gentleman went to SummerSlam in 2002 and won the Undisputed title. But he beat The Rock for it. Now, The Rock's not here, but he's got a family member who's holding a title named Roman Reigns.
Yes, he does.
If you're Obafemi, are you trying to make the biggest super match that you can possibly make? Because the biggest super match that you can possibly make is Obafemi versus Roman Reigns. I mean, it would bring the house down. At the same time, Obafemi versus Sami Zayn has some charm to it. You can say it'd be the easier one, but you'd be a fool to say that because that's the same type of. Gunther probably thought that too when he fought Sami Zayn.
Of course, and
I'll bet Cody and Gunther. Cody put Sami into the title match tonight just because he wanted to punish him.
And remember, called him a mosquito.
Mosquito. This is kind of where Sami Zayn has shined in the past.
Sami Zayn says, "Go ahead, overlook me. Everybody else has done it."
Right. If you're Oba, what do you do?
You go after Sami.
Right?
You do. You go after Sami. You get the undisputed WWE championship.
And then you make it yours.
Yes.
Yeah. Now.
And then after you establish a reign.
Try to get the other one too?
That's right.
Like Roman Reigns did.
That's right.
Wow. I can't imagine. Unless you want to do something. Listen. If you're Oba and you're still feeling that sting of having one defeat on the main roster, maybe what you want to do is go to SummerSlam and say, I don't want to leave any doubt. I want everybody in the world to know the whole company belongs to me. And in order to do that, I'm going to beat the biggest star in the industry. Roman Reigns is the biggest star in the industry. And Obafemi can take, it's a roll of the dice. But if Obafemi is that guy, and Triple H was on Stephen A. Smith's show this week talking about the fact that Obafemi is a guy we're going to be talking about for, 15 years, I believe is the number that he said. Like, does he want to be that guy eventually? Or does he want to be that guy in August? Because if he wants to be that guy in August, Roman Reigns is the guy that he needs to defeat. And by the way, either Sami or Roman could beat Obafemi.
Of course they could.
And what kind of stick does that look like in the wheels of Obafemi's bicycle? Is Obafemi flying over the handlebars at that point? What if Obafemi can't get it done at SummerSlam? What does that feel like for Oba?
It's not good.
It's
not good at all.
Oba doesn't strike me as a patient man.
No.
He strikes me as a dominant force.
Well, that's exactly what he's done ever since he arrived on Raw.
Dominate.
I want to know, though, in addition to the fallout from what happens next to Obafemi, what happens next to Jey Uso? He was put in this King of the Ring tournament with strict orders from the OTC Roman Reigns to win the tournament and to go after the title that he had not held. Well, specifically, he told him to go after Cody Rhodes. Yeah, we now know that Cody Rhodes isn't the champion, but
I mean, it would have been even sweeter, arguably, to go after Sami Zayn.
of course.
Imagine that.
Of course. But now, because Jey Uso couldn't win, Roman Reigns is vulnerable. Obafemi could come after Roman Reigns because
of
Jey
Jey.
Uso lost.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a twofold thing there. Look, I don't think Jay's calling home, if that's your question.
I mean, I looked on social media and Jey says that Oba tapped out.
Jay says that Oba tapped out.
Yeah, that's what he put on his story.
Oh. Sometimes Jay's. I'd like to review the. That sounds like you making excuses
Oh, that
for
does
Becky
not sound
Lynch.
like me.
That sounds like one of the
Does not
ridiculous. That
sound
sounds like any
anything like
typical
me.
Monday
No.
night after Raw
No,
when you're
it
like, you know
doesn't.
what I thought. It literally sounds like what you were saying after War Games.
It doesn't sound like that at all.
Corrupt car, and this one was
She was
tapping
calling
out.
everybody over.
Oh,
I
yeah,
listened back to the audio and
Yeah,
she
yeah,
said,
yeah.
come over here.
Yeah.
Come over here.
I bet Jay would listen to this pod and go, Megan, that's quite a talent. Megan's quite good at this. She really is quite an analyst.
All right, I got a former world heavyweight champion on my side.
That's not bad. It's not bad. There are worse things in the world.
I'll take it. You got Jacob, I'll have Jay. Whatever, we'll take it.
I mean, at least we're both bloodline.
Yeah, but I
then.
just saw on his Instagram story.
That he said that he thought Oba was tapping out.
Yeah, he put that on his Instagram.
I think he may be the only one who interpreted it that way.
Listen, sometimes Jay's crashing out. And we love crash out Jay.
I do very much.
We love it.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, so that's a twofold thing for Jay, in my opinion, because you look at it and you go, yeah, there's complications there with the tribal chief. He failed the mission that he was tasked with. He, by the way, still hasn't gotten LA Knight to stop talking.
Mm-mm.
And to your point, now Roman's got to sit there and worry about, to some degree, Oba potentially choosing him for a SummerSlam match. Here's the other part of it. There are power dynamics at play within the bloodline.
What do you think Jacob Fatu thought of Jey Uso losing the King of the Ring tournament?
I mean, if he wasn't listening to his punk ass before, he's certainly not going to listen to his punk ass now. And by the way, that's not my opinion. I say that to quote Jacob Fatu.
I think he was probably watching today and said that was ass.
I think he probably would. If the Samoan werewolf could, and I believe we'll get that on Monday in Atlantic City.
Hopefully.
You know?
Hopefully.
What happened at King of the Ring?
Ass.
Ass. Yeah. No, I think but I think that's right. And Jay and Jimmy have sat there trying to convince the tribal chief to see things their way instead of Jacob's way. But so far, Jacob has been, ever since joining up, ever since acknowledging his tribal chief after Clash in Italy, the things that Jay has been tasked with, he's been successful at. And he's very deliberate about it. You could say, well, he was tasked with bringing Solo home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not true. He was tasked with delivering a message to Solo. He did deliver the message to Solo. And then he himself on Raw last week said, now we just wait. The message has been delivered. Now it's up to Solo. I'm not trying to control the things that I can't control. And I'm not trying to go outside this play. I'm running the play as it was called. Now, Jay has to answer for why were you not able to get that thing done? And Roman might look at Jay and go, was I wrong about you?
That's a tough spot.
That's a tough spot.
Especially considering that since Roman has come back, since Jay became a world heavyweight champion by himself.
Yeah.
After the bloodline was different.
Yeah.
Roman has treated Jay with a different level of respect.
Right. A world champion's level of respect. Mm-hmm. But Jay's not wrestling for the world championship at SummerSlam. He didn't win the King of the Ring.
He's not.
I'll tell you, the road to royalty, of course, ended at Night of Champions, but it really ends now. Your collection, however, your collection lives on forever. In WWE Slam by Topps, limited edition cards are still available in the Night of Champions box set, featuring exclusive signatures, relic cards, championship moments, and more, plus the final hours to collect Night of Champions undeniable cards dedicated to the competitors who command attention every time they step into the spotlight. Start your championship collection now in the WWE Slam by Topps digital collectibles app. While we're talking about royalty, Io Sky becomes queen of the ring and immediately, makes it known who she's going after in the moment. She knew what she was doing. Liv was really, really confident in this match. Liv showing off a new submission-focused offense.
Yeah, that we saw displayed and successful against Charlotte Flair.
Yep, thought that was really, really good. At one point, Io, it looked like jammed up her knee on the steel stair. She was able to somehow fight through that.
And Liv kept targeting the knee.
Because she's smart. Fought through it, hit that moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Io Sky becomes the queen of the ring. Not only was I not surprised by this, I was shocked by how confident Liv Morgan was in the whole thing. This was the exact outcome that I knew would happen. Do you know when I knew that Io Sky would get to have her moment, shouting out, "I am the queen," in the ring with that giant smile? And you know what I also love that Io did?
What?
Put the crown on.
Yeah, you
Said, "This
gotta
is-
wear the crown.
Crowns are for wearing. They're not for displaying. I'm going to wear this crown."
Well, I don't know. If Liv were to win, I don't know if the crown would have fit. Big head.
That's what Io said. I don't think that that's accurate. I don't think that that's true.
I trust Io.
What Liv's head is a standard size, I believe. I don't
I
think
don't know.
that-
I wouldn't know.
She is the queen, Io Sky. You know when I knew she would be the queen?
When Danhausen came out and cursed Olivia Morgan.
It was over. Danhausen cursed Liv Morgan straight up. Not sort of, not a little bit. Danhausen cursed Liv Morgan as she was walking out. And Liv Morgan brushed it off.
Which is crazy that at this point, anybody is brushing off the curse.
Wemby couldn't brush off the curse.
I mean, we saw what the curse did to the Spurs. We saw what the uncurse did to the Knicks. We've seen what the curse has done to every single person who's been cursed in WWE.
Ask Cleveland about that curse.
If you're questioning the curse at this point, I don't know what to tell you.
No.
And this is the Liv Morgan that a couple weeks ago, she was sneaking into Danhausen's laboratory
Yeah.
trying to get Obafemi curse for her boyfriend, Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, Liv Morgan's confidence in herself clearly goes beyond anything.
Well, and she saw what happened to JD on Monday night.
The electrocution.
Yeah.
Well, that's just a literal electrocution. I'm curious to see how JD will be doing this Monday.
Doing
So
good.
far, I mean, look, Miz and Kit Wilson are doing terribly.
Bad.
Feels like Matt Cardona's doing all right. You know, I mean, a little confused at times.
I saw on Tannhausen and Danhausen.
He's very tan. I must have been very sunny in the UK.
Yeah.
But
Usually it is this time of year.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
London known for its sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. But Liv Morgan getting cursed, and I would love to know what the sort of timetable is on this curse, because Io and I think Liv Morgan may have entered this Queen of the Ring tournament with a little bit of hubris. I think that she made it clear a little tiny bit. First of all, where is this Liv Morgan hate coming from
It's
today?
not hate.
You're taking multiple shots at Liv Morgan, and I don't understand where the venom and vitriol is coming from. You, Megan Moran, what is your problem with Liv Morgan?
I'm just
You've
stating
taken
the
multiple
obvious.
shots. You said
I'm
the
just
big head
stating
thing.
the
You said
obvious.
little bit. Why do you have a problem with Liv Morgan?
I mean, I don't think a little bit of hubris exactly describes Liv Morgan. She has a
Okay.
lot of hubris. A lot. That's part of who she is.
And where does she keep it? In her big head, according to you?
Yeah,
That
that's-
can't fit a crown on it?
That's right.
Why are you taking shots at Olivia Morgan?
Because she's
Because she won't put you in a music video?
yeah. That's it.
Because she
That's
didn't
it.
consider you
That's-
as a trouble dancer?
That's it.
Is that what it is?
That's it.
Well,
Yep.
you're a runner. You're not a dancer.
No,
Get
definitely
over
not a
it.
dancer.
Okay?
Yeah, the shot. I mean, listen, they're not shots. It's just calling a spade a spade. She's a confident woman.
They're shots. You're taking multiple shots at Liv Morgan, and it's really because you dance like Elaine from Seinfeld. That's not Liv Morgan's fault, you know? And you need to really, I normally wouldn't say this. I'd consider checking yourself before you wreck yourself.
Wow.
I didn't realize it was going to get that serious today.
Wow, I didn't either.
But, I can't just sit here. I let you the first one pass. But I know the Liv Dom stands out there. I stand with them. They watch what we do. And if I wasn't calling out the fact that you have animosity towards Liv Morgan.
I don't have any animosity.
And I don't know
towards
why.
her.
I don't know why.
No animosity. I was just
Okay, well, I just want you to know.
calling it like it is.
All right, well, I want you to know how you're coming
the middle.
across. Not down the middle. And you never call it down the middle.
Well, you're just upset that Io Sky is the queen.
I'm not upset. I
Upset
knew
about
it was
it?
going to happen because Liv Morgan was cursed, but that doesn't mean Liv Morgan has a big head and a ton of hubris.
Well, it's a tough time right now for the Judgment Day.
No, it's not.
They had this whole plan. Raquel was going to go for the Intercontinental. Liv was going to bring 2 titles back. Dom's already lost one title. JD's
Well, Liv still has a title.
And there's no plans for Roxanne Perez. Okay?
As far as you know, but they don't tell you everything.
Liv
You're
just
negative.
was like, Roxy's sitting there. She's like, what are the plans for me? And Liv's like, oh, I gotta go help JD.
Yeah,
See you
she's
later.
very busy. JD had just gotten electrocuted, okay? Sorry he needed a little bit of help in that moment. They probably talked later in the week. You're not on the group chat.
No, I'm not.
You're negative, okay?
not
They wouldn't
on
let
the-
you
are
on the group chat.
chat?
You know why? No pessimists are allowed on the group
Are
chat.
you on the group chat?
No, but I don't
Okay.
need to be, but I'm
No
not
narcs
negative.
on the group chat either.
That's not me. That's you too. That was already established on a previous episode. So anyway, you can go back and look at the archives on The Now if you don't believe that Megan Moran is a narc. But everybody knows it to be true. But I do think that there might have been a smidge of hubris in Liv Morgan's plan. Because, as soon as the brackets were announced, and I believe they were announced on the post show of the Clash in Italy,
That's right.
PLE.
Yes.
And Liv Morgan's name popped up there. And immediately, these fans, they start going, well, why would the champion be in there? The winner gets a shot at the championship. And Liv Morgan said, I understand your concerns, but I lobbied to be in this tournament because I would like both titles. I'd like to have it all. And that does fit who we know Liv Morgan to be. You probably don't like it because you're negative, but
I think a lot of other people don't like it either. People just want one world title in WWE,
Liv
and there's
Morgan would
someone
have-
coming for them both. A lot of people might not like that. Rub some people the wrong way.
Yeah, I know. And it stinks when there's somebody who could just take it all. Stop them. Watch them. Trouble.
Well, that didn't
Fight
happen.
them. No, it didn't happen. Because instead, the reverse happened. I think that she planned on winning, but didn't realize that if she didn't win, then she'd be in a position where somebody like Io Sky not only beats her, but then is fully aware of how to beat her, has found the weaknesses, has found the spots. And in that moment, for Io to be like, oh, yeah, I figured you out, Miss Morgan. I'm going to get you at SummerSlam. I'm going to beat you in the tournament. I'm going to get your belt. It's like, uh-oh, this could have been an error. Liv Morgan
Did
is
someone say trouble?
trouble. That's her. That's Io. Liv is going to have to figure out she pointed right at her immediately. She's holding the crown. And it's like in that moment, you'd think she'd be overwhelmed with emotion, unable to strategize. Not Io. Io's too dangerous for that. Io pointed right at Liv Morgan and said, I'll see you at SummerSlam. And then later in the show, there was a graphic. It was official.
Yeah, and then I saw on social media, Rhea Ripley's tweeting, that's my queen.
Yeah, she knew. She knew.
And for all of us hopefuls out there that have just been itching to get Io against Rhea
It's
in a
just you.
stadium. No, Big E was on the show on Monday, and he also was itching to get
he
that
said
as
like
well.
this. Oh, yeah, I guess that would be cool. But
No, he said
but
I would love that in a stadium.
You've been chomping at the bit for their friendship to be destroyed.
I just want the match. I like conflict.
I know.
I like conflict in pro wrestling. But there's a lot of conflict between Io Sky and Liv Morgan.
Cool. What do you think of Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for them to hate each other, too.
I know.
Great.
I knew
Can't
it.
wait.
I knew it.
I can't wait for them to hate each other.
And what do you think about the Judgment Day?
Ugh, break up. Let's do
You
it.
see what I'm
Let's
saying?
do it.
You see what I'm saying? It's not even me making stuff up. That's your pitch for everything.
But
Are
it's
those
gonna
two getting along? Hopefully something horrible comes between them is what you say. And they have to fight.
It is going to be very, very difficult for Liv Morgan to go back in that Judgment Day clubhouse and look at her Judgment Day family having not gotten the job done, and with a threat like Io Sky, who many, myself included, consider the best wrestler on the planet.
That's totally
staring
fair.
right down at her.
That's totally fair. I think the Judgment Day should be understanding. It's not like Liv Morgan got further in a tournament than anybody else in the Judgment Day.
Sure.
Raquel was out, in the first round?
Mm-hmm. No, second.
Second. Dominic made it to the second round as well.
Roxanne was out in the first round.
So it's like, King of the Ring is hard. Queen of the Ring is hard. Liv made it all the way to the finals, and she's still the champion.
She can't lose that championship, though. That'd be detrimental to the Judgment Day.
That's
so the
fair.
Judgment Day needs to figure out a way.
I think Liv has 5 weeks to figure out a completely different game plan, because that is the other thing, right? It's hard to go back to back. If what I'm saying were true, that, I beat you, I'll just go and beat you again, then explain Obafemi and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Explain all rematches that have gone differently. Because the same way Io has now figured out Liv Liv has figured out Io. And if Io won this King of the Ring match, why would she change up her strategy? You would think she wouldn't, right? She'd go like, okay, I'm gonna like build on this probably, but I'm gonna do something similar because I want the same result.
Now, do you think Liv Morgan getting cursed had anything to do with Io Sky picking her right then and there?
Ooh, that's a great question. That Io realized that this curse.
This is the real deal, this curse.
So when he uncursed the Knicks, yeah, you got a good 2 rounds of playoffs and a championship series out of that, right?
He cursed him back in April.
Was that how long it was?
Yeah, it was in April.
So we basically got all of May and half of June. You got
What
like
was it, 15-1?
15-1. It's probably about. It was probably 4 weeks, 16 games, probably about 4, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
4 or 5 weeks.
Which SummerSlam is in 5 weeks.
Wow.
So Io did quick math right there, said Liv got cursed. I'll capitalize on this curse.
Yeah. Wow. Do you think Danhausen cursed that lady that stole the garbage can?
Do you think he cursed JP Morgan?
I don't know. I don't know for sure. But what I do know is that Topps now captures major milestones and viral moments from the biggest events. We saw incredible cards already this year from WrestleMania, Backlash, Clash in Italy. As they always do before PLEs. Topps put out a Night of Champions poster card. Customers who buy this card have a chance at receiving rainbow foil short prints and gold super short prints, limited to only 26 copies each. Cards are available only until Monday, June 29th. Also, look out for the big moment WWE Topps Now cards coming out of Night of Champions this weekend. Make sure you're following at Topps on social and sign up for notifications on Topps.com so you don't miss when a big card drops. The poster card looks really, really cool. Hopefully, we'll have an update on the Raw Recap podcast on those cards because I am crossing my fingers that we get a Sami Zayn wins the championship Topps Now card.
Need it.
But I wonder here if we get a Topps Now card for Seth Rollins, who won his match against Braun Breaker. It was Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins inside of a steel cage. And by the way, very interesting to me, no Austin Theory, no Logan Paul. It really was just one-on-one. And it felt to me like that's how Braun Breaker wanted it.
Yeah, remember on Monday you asked me, do you think everybody else will play a role? And I said no. And you said, I do. So there you go. Boom. Right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I was going to ask for your input, and you just decided to Barry Horowitz pat yourself on the back instead of any input. So that's how you know you're good. Definitely not a weirdo negative person. So
no, but I agree. I do think that's how Braun Breaker wanted it. And I love how this match started. Both of the men sitting on the steel chair and Seth saying, we're going to see how much of a man you are.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's what it really was about. That set the stage right from the beginning.
Seth filling up that ring with steel chairs, kendo sticks, table, Braun Breaker saying, no problem, fam. If that's how you want this to go, him throwing steel chairs in there, kendo sticks, garbage cans, and the two of them just taking that moment with old Chucky Robinson in between them. And I really love that the bell rang and they were still sitting in those chairs, because I think the fact that they were surrounded by solid steel was an opportunity for the two of them to be aware that this is it.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a chapter. This is definitive. And I think that may be why Braun Breaker wanted to do this without the vision. I think that that's maybe why Seth Rollins wanted this to be in a cage. I think that they both were ready for the questions to be done. And I think, and we'll get back to some of the other stuff, but I think if you fast forward all the way to the end of this match, when Braun Breaker is telling Seth Rollins he's got to do more, and Seth gets up onto the top rope for that super stomp, I think that on some level, Braun Breaker needed to feel something that severe, because he was not going to stop getting up, and he knew it. He knew, he may have known in that moment, and I'm putting thoughts into his head, I suppose, but he may have known in that moment, I don't know if I have what it takes to beat Seth Rollins right now, but I know he hasn't done enough to beat me. And I'm not going down if he hasn't done enough to beat me yet. That was the messaging that I got. Maybe I'm being poetic. Maybe I'm being romantic.
And back to the beginning where Seth said, we're going to find out what kind of man you are.
Yes.
That's what Braun was trying to show him.
Do you think, you talked about Liv Morgan going back to the Judgment Day after a loss. We talked about Jey Uso going back to the Bloodline after a loss. What do you think the Vision thinks of Braun Breaker having to go back home after a loss?
Well, they just lost their tag team titles on Monday.
Yeah.
So it's
And you could
definitely
argue
a
that was
different time.
you could argue that was Braun Breaker's fault.
Yes.
I don't know if it was, but
Because
you
he
could
got distracted
he
by
left.
Seth Rollins.
You could make the argument that it was. Do you think that they're holding that against Braun Breaker? Or do you think that they're still like, no, Braun Breaker's our meal ticket?
I think they can hold it against Braun Breaker. I really do. I think him losing tonight was like, think about back when Braun Breaker turned on Seth Rollins and changed the Vision forever. Kicked Seth Rollins out of the Vision. He was the leader. Braun Breaker can't beat the man that he kicked out at the Vision. I think you have to go back to the drawing board.
Yes, and while I'm not saying you're wrong, I am saying if the record could show, if the jury could notice that she once again said they're probably going to be mad at each other and maybe break up. Isn't that weird?
I didn't say they'd maybe break up, but I definitely said they. I mean, listen.
Might have been a little entrapment involved in that question.
Someone in your team loses.
I don't know. It's never happened. I wouldn't know.
It's okay. Get him again next time. You tried your best.
That's true. I guess I wouldn't say that.
I'm not that kind of person.
You're not?
No.
What do you think you are?
This is a results-driven business.
Would you qualify for the Olympic trials?
I did.
Oh.
This is a results-driven business.
I guess you're right. And actions have consequences.
They
right?
do.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Listen, do you think that Seth Rollins is definitively done with the Vision?
Yes.
Done.
Not with Paul Heyman.
Okay, that's a great,
I don't think he's done with Paul Heyman.
So you think that the Vision and Paul Heyman are kind of two different bodies? Because I kind of, as I asked that question, I assumed that the Vision was Paul Heyman. But I like this, that you're going like the faction. Yeah, those wrestlers, sure. I made them pay, but you don't think, even though Paul Heyman got speared through that barricade, you don't think he's done with Paul Heyman?
I don't think he's done with Paul Heyman. I think he's going to, as Becky Lynch put it in that iconic promo, where she
memorable.
was whispering in Paul Heyman's ear, and it was a very loud whisper.
Yeah, it's certainly translated through television.
That Seth was going to come for every single person that Paul Heyman loves. I think going after his World Heavyweight Championship that he's never lost is certainly part of the plan. I don't think Paul Heyman is off the hook. I think he's also part of that plan as well.
Do you think that Seth still going after Paul Heyman distracts too much from Seth doing right by Seth?
It could.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what Paul Heyman's involvement right now is with the Vision.
Well, right now he's doing it remote.
That's right.
Because he got
remote learning.
Yes.
E-learning.
Because he got speared through a barricade. So right now, I don't know if he's doing much of anything. But yeah, I mean, I kind of am hopeful. I'll say I'm hopeful that for the betterment of Seth Rollins, that he takes the dub. Sometimes, no, even if you still got those feelings bubbling in your gut, you just take the win.
You just got to let it go.
You let it go. You take the win. You won. Accept the win and move on.
I do think, though, there will always be things there between Paul Heyman and Seth. Now, whether those things come to a head in 3 weeks, whether those things come to a head in 3 years, I don't know. But I don't think all of a sudden it's let bygones be bygones as it relates to Paul Heyman.
I think there's a difference between letting bygones be bygones and just kind of letting go. Like I think now, I hope Seth is able to say, okay, I've proven what I need to prove and I've said my piece. I'm done with this. That doesn't mean that the Vision or Paul Heyman can be like, okay, we're cool now, right? It's like, no, we'll never be cool.
Never.
We'll never be cool. But I don't think there's any question as to whether or not I'm the guy you should be messing with. And and it goes back, like, I don't think now. Seth Rollins had already decided that he was done with the Vision.
Mm-hmm.
And the Vision were like, nah, you're not.
You're not.
You're not. I would think now that the Vision goes, okay, it's time to move. It's time for us to move on and for Seth to move on. But I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen.
At this point, I don't think it does the Vision any good to keep coming
chasing?
after Seth.
Unless they got more tricks up their sleeve.
It could.
And they always do. But the cage match itself was an unbelievable spectacle.
Yeah, when
Really,
Braun
really
Breaker
awesome.
hit that 23 mile an hour spear, well, he was trying to hit the spear and
Yeah.
he ended up going right through the table himself.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah.
And then when he got busted open, oh my goodness, the image of right here, we're looking at it, of Braun Breaker with the blood all down his eye.
Yeah, I mean, I think regardless of result, I don't think there's any questioning how great Braun Breaker is. I don't think there's any questioning about what his place in the WWE or in the industry is. I think regardless of result, if you watch that match and you're not saying Braun Breaker is the future of this industry, you didn't watch the match.
I agree.
I will tell you this, the #1 sports fan festival, Fanatics Fest, is coming up at the Javits Center in New York City from July 16th through the 19th, 2026. It's a must-attend event for WWE fans. You'll be able to meet your favorite superstars and enjoy surprise appearances all weekend long. New superstars just added for Fanatics Fest. Photo and autograph opportunities include that Danhausen, Trick Willie, the newly married Trick Williams, by the way. Congratulations.
That's right. Congrats to Trick.
Tiffany Stratton, and CM Punk. Fanatics Fest general admissions and photo opportunity tickets are on sale now at fanaticsfest.com. Save 10% with promo code WWENOW10 at checkout. We saw Jade Cargill going after Tiffany Stratton's Women's United States Championship. Jade Cargill, very cocky in this match, at one point doing push-ups to impress upon Tiffany Stratton how hopeless her chances were against Jade Cargill. But things got very, very messy. A lot of stuff going on. As the competition got maybe a little bit more close, here comes B-Fab and Mi Chin.
The baddies.
The baddies show up. However, look who was just chilling under the ring this whole time.
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green shows up.
Phenomenal outfit, by the way.
Phenomenal outfit. Thunderous ovation. Redistracts from the distraction. Gets the United States Championship involved, but before it can get involved, Jade Cargill gets her hands on Chelsea Green. So now there's distractions on both ends. The referee is trying to clear everything out. Jade Cargill's going for the championship. Charlotte Flair shows up out of nowhere, hits Jade Cargill with the championship that she takes away. And look at her realizing, and listen, what goes around comes around, and sometimes in short order. The baddies, I would argue, cost Charlotte, or at least weakened Charlotte severely before going into her King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring qualifying match with Liv Morgan. So Charlotte, here to repay the favor, cleans Jade Cargill's clock with that United States Championship title, leaving her in a prone position for Tiffany Stratton to hit the prettiest moonsault ever. 1, 2, 3. Tiffany Stratton wins. And as she's exiting with the United States Championship, her and Chelsea Green are side by side.
What a sight.
What a sight.
A few months ago, when Chelsea Green was calling her tacky time, I never would have thought it. And I never would have thought, until a couple weeks ago, that we would see Charlotte Flair come to the aid of Tiffany Stratton based on all the history those two have together.
Yes.
It's a wild, wild thing.
I think this is an enemy of my enemy situation for Charlotte and Tiffany, but nonetheless, it's there. And you're right.
Exactly, because look at what Jade and the baddies have done to the entire women's division on SmackDown.
Right. And I think that Charlotte is looking to clean that up, and there's no doubt that Charlotte and Jade Cargill are on a collision course. But there was a moment, and I think you're really going to like that I bring this up based on how you feel about people who are friends in wrestling.
Okay.
Chelsea Green, after the title table
Yes.
gets destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
the Women's United States Championship is on the ground, right? Chelsea Green picked up that title to try to get it involved in the match.
Yes.
She stopped and looked at it
She did.
and stared at it like it was an old friend.
Well, it is an old friend.
She's a two-time Women's United States champion. The first.
And the longest. Well, it was longest
No,
at one time.
she is not the
It was.
longest. She only claimed to be the longest
and
when
the longest.
only when she was the only.
And the prettiest, I think she also said.
Only for that first reign.
Well, it was true at one point.
At that point, it was indeed true. She was the tallest. She was also the shortest.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Longest reign and also the shortest reign, to be fair. But she was staring at that title. Do you think that title has the corrupting powers to get between Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green?
Of course it does.
I knew you would. Of course you do. Of course you do.
She looked at it. She gazed
looked at
at it.
And you know who used to do that a lot? Randy Orton next to Cody Rhodes.
Yes, he did.
And look how that turned out.
Yes, he did.
They're not friends anymore at all.
Championships change people, man.
Yeah, I wonder. I do wonder.
It's pretty savvy, I will say, of Chelsea Green to befriend Tiffany Stratton in
You
this
think
way.
that you're that negative?
I'm not that. I'm just saying it's pretty
You
savvy.
think that this whole thing is a ruse?
I don't know. I didn't say that. I don't know if she would fly all the way to Saudi Arabia, hide under a ring for God knows how long.
Remind me to make sure that nobody is
for a
ever
ruse.
friends with you.
You
That's
know,
such a terrible way. You think she's friends
I
with
didn't
Tiffany
say
Stratton
that.
specifically to take advantage of her?
If she was, it'd be pretty savvy.
So if you found out that was true, you'd
cutthroat
be like,
business.
"That's great." You go,
Cutthroat
"That's a great."
business. I would tip my cap to her
Wow.
and hope to God no
it's
one
a
does
Chelsea
it to
Green
me.
cap.
Yeah, that is my Chelsea Green cap over there.
So
Yeah,
you're never are you worried that I'm going to betray you at some point?
always keeps me up at night.
It does.
Yeah, always.
Luckily, I've been described a lot of different ways. Savvy is not one of them. I don't think you have anything to worry about. I'm not bright enough. You know what I mean? I can do this. That's about it. So I don't think I can pull it off. Trick Williams walks out of the Night of Champions and still the United States champion. Beats Ricky Saints.
Yes.
Great night for Ricky Saints, nonetheless, to be in front of that many eyeballs, but I think clearly not the result that he wanted. He ends up early in the match, very, very intelligently, hitting that Eddie Guerrero spot where he clangs on the steel step with that kendo stick, blames it on Boat,
Savvy.
Lil Yachty, that's savvy, and gets Lil Yachty thrown out.
And for a little bit there, I was wondering if Boat was gonna send Ricky a bill for his travels.
I mean, because he was
Over
only
to
there for
Riyadh.
such a short period of time. Yeah, no,
well,
that's a good point. That's a real good point. But, I mean, he clearly ended up being valuable because even without Lil Yachty at ringside, Trick Williams beat Ricky Saints 1-2-3. Great contest, but there's a reason why Trick Williams has built up the kind of momentum that he has built up. But at the end of the match, as Trick Williams was celebrating, Ricky Saints getting ready to attack Trick Williams. Lil Yachty comes in for the save. I think Ricky Saints turned around and saw Lil Yachty and went like, I don't know what you think you're going to do. But it was just enough time for Trick Williams to become aware of what was going on, lays out Ricky Saints, and then Lil Yachty lays out what I would call a people's elbow. Corey Graves campaigned for it to be called a people's elbow.
I like it.
But Michael Cole calling it the yacht drop. I do feel like Michael Cole wins this round. The yacht drop is probably it.
It was great. I thought Corey's was amazing.
People's elbow?
Yes.
Right.
But then when Michael Cole dropped yacht drop,
Yacht drop.
I said he wins.
He wins that one.
He wins.
Listen.
I didn't know Cole had that in him.
Cole loves hip hop. He's a hip hop head from back in the day.
Yeah.
That's his guy, Lil Yachty. You didn't know that?
Well, he always says it's his guy, but now I firmly
Lil Yachty is
believe
Michael
it
Cole's guy.
His guy.
He loves, yeah. Michael Cole, a lot of people don't know this. Michael
He's a
Cole,
songstress?
well, he is a songstress, but he also has an open invite to the cookout from what I've heard. This is the rumors. I don't have those invites to dole out, but that's what I've heard. That's what
Big if true.
big if true. I will double that. Lil Yachty loves this, clearly. We see him. He's traveling he was in London. He was in Riyadh.
Which is crazy because when he first started showing up around Trick Williams, I did think, oh, is this just on the way to WrestleMania?
No.
After WrestleMania, does this go away?
Lil Yachty dropped an elbow on Ricky Saints tonight. You think Lil Yachty is done being physically involved?
No.
He's going to do it, isn't he? We're
And
going to
I
see him
don't-
in the ring, aren't
I
we?
hope so.
You do?
Yeah.
You're not worried about his safety?
No, not at all. No.
I don't know.
Are you?
Yeah.
You are?
Yes, he's not a professional wrestler. I also love professional wrestling. You know what would happen if I got in the ring with a wrestler?
It'd be not good.
Not good. You would
Not
love
good.
it.
Oh, I would love. Yeah.
You'd love to watch it. You have to find a new co-host because I'd be laid up, at whatever medical facility
Well,
Paul
that would be
Heyman is
pretty
at.
savvy of me. Let me write that one.
Okay, all right.
Sam in
Yeah.
the ring.
You
All
know
right,
what?
I got that.
Sam, you know what,
written down.
guys? What if it was a solo show? What do we think of that? No, I don't think it would be good. I mean, listen, I want to see it happen because I want to see it happen for Lil Yachty, but I can't imagine. Look, unless maybe he's got something rolled up in his sleeve. He looked like $1 million. Maybe he's got something rolled up that sleeve, Lil Yachty. Maybe he's got a move set that we don't know about. But there was something about that elbow drop. Like we saw Snoop Dogg drop an elbow at WrestleMania. I said, that's just a fun thing for tonight. Lil Yachty, there's something about it
It
where
looks like he had been working on that one.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's not the only thing he's working on.
Good.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Look, it was a thrilling night of champions. Once again, Sami Zayn is the WWE champion. I cannot believe it. I cannot wait to see all of this spill out on Monday Night Raw. Of course, we will be right here after Monday Night Raw with an early start time. Raw will be on at 6 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be on after that. Subscribe across all audio platforms. Leave comments. Hit like on YouTube. And we will see you on Monday after Raw for more WWE Now.